This is the Astros Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Houston Astros, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Right back on that roller coaster you go, Astros fans, because one day this team will come home, get you the warm and fuzzies. They'll start off the baseball game the next day, making you feel a little bit better and looking like they may be on their way to going and getting a victory. And then next thing you know, they can't hold a lead late with a bullpen that has been either the first or second best in baseball all season long. And they drop game 2 of this 4-game series this weekend to the Seattle Mariners. A very important series and a tough loss tonight for the Houston Astros. Hello and welcome tonight to the Locked On Astros Postcast. I'm your host, Michael Connor. Thank you for spending your Friday night with us here on the show. The Astros, of course, like I mentioned, right back on that roller coaster. It's been a lot of what this season is. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about, something positive tonight. Jose Altuve keeps heating up. And then, is this just one of those years? Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. All right, what is it? The number one thing that you're walking away from tonight talking about?
This is what you'll be talking about.
Typically, we could go with the offense angle on this one, but the obvious choice tonight is the fact that Bryan Abreu came into the baseball game and, sucked. There's no other way to put it. It was an interesting spot there in that 7th. Joe Espada decided to bring in the righty, and I get it. You're playing matchups, but you're asking Bryan Abreu to come out for multiple outs there. I mean, he's getting multiple outs either way. Multiple outs across multiple innings. And he just gave it up. He's had great career numbers against Julio Rodriguez. I believe going into that bat, he was 2 for 10. Rodriguez was with 4 strikeouts lifetime. So, look, that's a win there. And Rodriguez hasn't had a great season this year. He's coming off of a day where he missed the game yesterday because he had back pain or whatever. And, bring in the guy that throws 90-something miles an hour and try and beat him. They throw Rodriguez a lot of stuff away. He just took the pitch out there away from him and took it down the line, double. J.P. Crawford scores, and there you go. And then, obviously, Cal Raleigh, who's having the best year of his career and is making the Mariners look smart for paying him like they did before the season started, or early in the season, whenever it was. 17th home run already this season. He's been phenomenal. There's your ball game. Sure, you could go back to the fact the Astros did not score a lot of runs tonight. They scored just 3 of them. They had plenty of opportunities. 11 base hits in the baseball game tonight. But I think the number one thing tonight is that your bullpen, that is, really, this entire season, 7, 8, and 9 in terms of the innings, have been locked down. Everything's been locked down, but King, Abreu, Hader, that has been a recipe for success this season. And tonight it was not that. One of those runs, of course, goes to Brian King. He had left the runner on. He's responsible for it. But still, it's a lot of what this season has been. It's like one night they can have something go very, very well. The next night, while they play well, because they didn't play a horrible baseball game tonight, they might not have been what they needed to be offensively again because they did not score. And they scored 3 runs. It's what this team does. It's their MO this season. It's 3 or less. I hate doing this constantly, but I guess we could do it again. You just go pull up their game by game here and how many times they've scored 3 or less in a game this season. It is now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 times this year. I'm going to start writing that down and leaving that on a notepad right here for myself. 3 runs or less. And this way I don't have to count it in front of you every night. 3 runs or less 27. 27 times. More than half their games they've played this season. It's insane. It's hard to ask pitchers to constantly be perfect. It's hard to ask any pitching staff to constantly hold up very small leads. It's just not going to always happen. It's not. And tonight it did not happen. I get about as frustrated as anybody else with Brian Abreu typically because he comes in constantly and usually just walks a bunch of people, and he irritates me because his command gets all out of whack. Excuse me, I freaking nose will not stop itching. I hit myself with my mustache, and this is just driving me nuts. But the guy comes in, his mechanics get out of whack. If you like pitching mechanics, like I love pitching mechanics, he gets his body way ahead of his arm, and it leads to bad command. He's not in sync, and he's kind of figured that out as the season's gone along. He's gotten more in sync. He's pitched well. I mean, look, there's no way to put it. He's put up results, but it's games like this where it's just like, dude, come on, like. You are an elite one-of-one type of guy when it comes to stuff. Need you here to not come in and hang sliders to one of the best home run hitters in the game. And yeah, sure, it was on the inside part of the plate to Cal Raleigh, but that was a hung slider, especially to a lefty whose swing is naturally going down and in. That's the sweet spot for left-handed hitters. Just most of them it is. And then there's the element of baseball in it and the stupidness of the game that we love. And the ball's hooking, and it just hits on the foul pole. Probably a foot further to the right, foul ball. Who knows what happens? Game's still tied. Maybe you get it. But it does not happen. And then there's opportunities again late. Ninth inning, look, Munoz in the ninth, you're not going to get anything off that guy based off the way he's pitched this year. The guy has an ERA of 0. He's given up 2 runs, which are unearned this season in 22 or 23 games, whatever it is. He's been lights out. They've had success against him in the past. There's no denying that, but that's one of those ones where I didn't have any expectation for them to pull anything off. And you just go back again through the night on the offensive side of things. It's the same kind of story. There's just too much activity and not enough production from it. They didn't strike out a lot tonight. They struck out just 3 times. They only walked once. So think about that. They put 12 men on base tonight. 12. But same kind of issue. And when you kind of go through this season and look at what one of their problems is that they don't get a lot of extra base hits in games. Like, they had 2 tonight. They had the home run from Paredes and the double for Cam Smith. That's it. That's it. It's single after single after single, which there's nothing wrong with singles, especially when you score. And we're talking about a team, they are currently just in doubles alone, 22nd in the league in doubles. 22nd. Of course, in home runs, they're way down there as well. We know that. They're 19th in Major League Baseball in home runs. They're about 40 off the first place team in home runs this season, which is the Yankees. I'll give you triples, even though it really doesn't matter. Those are fluky. Triples, they're tied 18th. They don't get a lot of extra base hits. Just the truth. My quick math, they've got 70 doubles, 76 plus 48 is what? Like 124, something like that. It's like 124 of their 423 hits this year have been for extra bases. That's not a lot. It's not a good percentage. It's not a good percentage. They don't have thump. And then in those situations, they get guys on and they got guys that come up. They've been horrible with the bases loaded this year. They got a sack fly with the bases loaded there. But honestly, you can't keep just living for sack flies. This team needs to score more. Great. Christian Walker got a sac fly there, but I need more. You're not getting paid $20 million a year to be a sac fly all the time. Yeah, you are being paid to drive in the runs, but about a double in the gap occasionally. Hey, one guy's heating up. We'll talk about him. Talk about some of the other frustrating things in the lineup. That's next year in the Astros Postcast. FanDuel is where it's at. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live with player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays. Fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. If you're new to FanDuel, well, guess what? It's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Astros losers tonight to the Mariners in Game 2 of 4 this weekend. Here in Houston, the Astros now back to a game over 500. The Mariners' lead in the American League West goes back to where it was, which is not fun. 4.5 games over the Astros now in the American League West with the win tonight. They are, is it 3.5? It's 3.5. Mariners 29-21, Astros 26-25. And the good vibes at home. They have them. They're still 16-10 at home, but man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Watching that game tonight, the feel for it was like, yeah, they're gonna end up winning tonight. I really just felt it, and I'm telling you, it just comes back to the offense. One guy that is huge. We talked about him the other day about how important he is to getting hot. Jose Altuve following up his 2-hit night last night, 2 home runs and a sac fly with a 3-hit night tonight. And I know on the broadcast, if you're watching it, you saw it. Jeff Blum broke it down quite a bit, but it looks better. He's not flailing all over the place. It's in control. And for a guy like Altuve, he wants to get to 3,000 hits. Don't get it twisted. He absolutely wants to get it. I think as he ages into his career, he's got to get back to the fundamentals of who he was. I think his bat-to-ball skills will always be there. He'll be 40 years old and still have bat-to-ball skills. He'll still have the quickness to get the bat to the ball and barrel it up. But I think he's just going to hit the stage of his career where he's got to stop selling out for home runs as much. He's got to stop selling out for as much power. And he's got to get back to a little bit of what made him who he was early in his career, which was a hit machine and spray the ball. Hitting the ball hard to right field. I'm telling you, if the number one thing when a player starts getting right, a right-handed hitter, they start hitting the ball hard to right. It means the mechanics are good. They're staying on the baseball. They're driving the ball they're driving the bat through the zone, and they're really truly driving it. And when you do that, you'll eventually start turning on other pitches and pulling them to left, and yanking them, and doing it with power, and all the good things that come with it. I'm encouraged over the last 2 days. I think it helps to come back home. I think it helps to play a team that you're very familiar with. I think it helps to play against a team that you have a ton of success against when you're Jose Altuve. But if they can get him right and staying consistent for a hot minute, it's going to help the rest of the lineup. It will. Maybe not Christian Walker. I'm sorry. Christian Walker's going to be my punching bag this year. I've just decided it. I can't keep doing it with him. It'll probably help everybody else but him. It'd be nice to not do this every other night. Because I put that up there one of those years. I think it is one of those years where it's just the up and down. The up and down, there's just not, I don't know if we're going to get a lengthy run of good or bad. It's just going to be this the whole way through. And it is what it is. Hope that they strike gold and get it back together and do their thing. Tomorrow night, they're going to do it again. Framber Valdez, not tomorrow afternoon, excuse me. So we'll be on early evening tomorrow. 3:10 first pitch. Framber Valdez versus Brian Wu. That game will start 3:10, like I mentioned. As soon as it wraps up, make sure that you get here to this channel and join me for the Locked On Astros Postcast. Of course, thank you for stopping by. Hit subscribe to the channel if you've not done that already. We'll talk to you tomorrow night after Astros and Mariners right here.